What else I can do while I wait? Pick up my free markers. Oh. We have started, which means I need to draw a little bit faster while I draw up my own bingo board. Now I hope that one of these markers is not out of ink. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So, for a little bit, these runs are basically... Oh. Going to look the same. Because there isn't really too much difference right now. But you may see some slight mistakes here in Cat. You might be wondering what's going on there. That's because both these runners are more than likely looking at their bingo board and trying to figure out what they're going to be doing for the next, basically hour. So they need to decide these things basically on the fly, and then they're looking at these spaces and saying, I don't want to do that, or they're saying, I want to do that one. And just as a personal note, I'm looking at this board, and instead of taking out the marker that I use to mark spaces that I want to do, I am immediately taking it out and marking spaces I don't want to do. Because that's the kind of board we have right here. Don't want to do that one. So you'll also forgive me for a little bit as I try to figure out what I would do. That's a large part of this. This is actually a fairly nice board. Now we take out the other marker, which you just heard me doing right there. Now I'm going to mark all the things that I'm okay with doing. Which, if we're being honest, wasn't a lot of things that I just marked. As some of these spaces are really nice, and then some of them I don't truly care for. But by process of elimination, it looks like I'm doing that. And one more here. Come on. Come on. 5 music now? I think I'm just gonna tentatively put that one on. So, for those that are curious, I believe that my current route, without going too into it, is column 2, column 3, row 4. But put the whiteboard down, put the markers away. But, alright, both players are actually like super neck and neck right now. Because, I mean, they've basically done the same things, but they are doing, I mean, they're both finishing brutal. Ganon has a very slight lead, but I mean, we still basically haven't gotten to the big bingo part. We will note that because Like, you can actually see Sadaghem's route, which looks to be column 1, column 3, row 4, which shares 2 of my bingos. But it looks like Sadaghem is going to be spending a lot of time in sand and wooded. I believe that this is a pretty wooded heavy board. You can see that those moon shards, there is a moon shard in wooded. There are the regional coin gold, there's the deep woods gold, there's the 28 moons in wooded. Which kind of incentivizes me to stay there. And it looks like both players are going to be basically any percenting Cascade. Ganon did get Captain Toad, which is what he decided to get instead of that other moon, and it doesn't really look like it cost him all that much. He did have a little lead at Brutal, and so this set him back a little bit, but he has a goal, and Sadaghem does not. But it also looks like Ganon may be looking at that column 3. It's so weird seeing like a bingo where the runners have deviated so little, like this far in. Here we go. Sadaghem might not. Is he gonna be able to get this bird in time? Oh, he's gonna go to the pipe to reset it anyway, so he's gonna take a little bit of a time loss here. Ganon gathering some more moons in town. Sadaghem leaving town, and I believe just more so diving deeper into the kingdom. But it looks like Ganon will be basically following right after. Oh, Sadaghem getting that capture a little bit too early, so he didn't end up getting that moon. But another mistake also just puts him back down here, so it's not a huge deal. Has a nice little recovery on the icicle. See if Ganon's gonna go for it. And the capture. Nicely done. Dude, it's actually a little bit crazy watching them basically do such similar things. Most of my bingo matches is already like a fairly large deviation. Oh, Sadaghem accidentally ground pouting so he doesn't end up getting this moon. And I'm moving on after getting that moon. Are both players? Okay, I was about to say, are both players gonna end up at Sphinx at the same time? But it looks like Sadaghem might be going to the tower. He is. Ganon going in. Collecting his ton of free coins. Is he gonna stay to get some more? Nope. Alright. That tells me that he probably... No, they are probably not getting costumes. Ganon now also getting the Hidden Moon. Coming over here for Jaxie Ruins. This jump is not actually that difficult, but I still get nervous when I come over here. Sadaghem going over to Shards. And he nails it. Oh, they nail it. Getting Jaxie, so I do think that both players are going to be getting the Call Jaxie from 4 stand space. And making it over to the Oasis after getting that cactus, Sadaghem. Making their way towards that shard. There is a music notes, I believe. Yes, 5 notes of music notes on this board, which could be in Ganon's route. And Sadaghem, last shard. I don't know if they're safe with that vault. They were. I did have a small panic attack though. Ganon taking a ride on Jaxie. And it looks like they will be doing IP clip. See how that goes for them. Oh, I think that was 3rd try? Might have been 4th. I was a little bit distracted at the thought that both runners may be at the same point, very close to each other again, and it looks like they're both going to be in Pyramid at the same time. It's just extremely weird. I keep bringing it up, but it's just a bit weird for me to, that they keep overlapping so much. I actually did not know that you did not need to capture the bullet bill there. So Sadaghem is teaching me that. Ganon with definitely a bit of a lead, further ahead in terms of the kingdom, based on moons, and also even a little bit further ahead based on... Okay. I was checking to make sure that Ganon wasn't about to do something I didn't know about. And Ganon's also ahead in terms of just like what they're doing right now. Both players were getting a lot of moons in sand, which makes me think that they're both shooting for that 30 moons in sand. They gotta be. They gotta be. If Ganon's picking up this many moons, they gotta be getting it too. So then the question becomes, Ganon doing row 1? I'm not really convinced. I don't think that they've picked up any life parts. Sadaghem, they're both in the header fight right now. Ganon's about to finish where Sadaghem has just started. I guess Sadaghem might not be doing the 30 moons. Oh no, he has to be, because we see the ones he's marked. So definitely some ground to be made up there, but they might be saving getting some of these moons for after World Peace, which, you know, there are more moons available, so in some of these places you can just get more moons at that time. And we also know that they're doing World Peace, so they're going to be getting probably around 5 more moons just by doing, well, just for doing that. Some cutscene watching. Ganon taking a trip to the shop. Buying a moon. Okay. I don't think that there's a purchase moon space, but they... Let's see, what does this put them at? That puts the... Oh! This is really nice. Because they've just purchased this moon, they can skip one of these moons on the way to Olmec. And because of that, they're going to get one... They're probably going to get the treasure chest moon. And then they're going to get the triple from Olmec. And they'll be good to leave. So they'll be warped back to the Odyssey. And then they just warp out. Well, I mean, they leave. Which is kind of nice. Ganon actually opting to get the Goomba stack rather than the treasure chest. Oh, Ganon tried to do the early jump off onto that bullet bill, but ends up missing the cap he throw to take off its hat, so ultimately ends up falling down there. Oh my, I got really worried that it was gonna happen again. But they nailed it. So. And now Sadaghem, the one leading in terms of kingdom progress. Ganon once again getting an early bullet bill capture. Olmec fight. A little bit of weirdness happening there during the fight for Ganon. But a fairly simple fight. It did feel a little bit weird for me for a moment, though, that I didn't see either player farming cap throws on Olmec's face. And I remember this is bingo, and you don't have to do that. Alright. Sadaghem on claps. Ganon on claps. Defeated for Sadaghem. And Ganon to follow. There's so much syncing. So now both players have marked their World Peace in sand. Ganon having marked free spaces though. So now Sadaghem also knows that Ganon already has 30 moons in the kingdom. And the fact that Ganon hasn't called Jaxi from that many stands probably means they're not doing it. If they still need to call Jaxi from stands, I was about to say then they will not just be leaving. But it's really not that much of a detour. They're just gonna roll around the kingdom for a little bit and look for the Jaxi stand. Oh, I don't actually know if Ganon knows where the Jaxi stand is at Oasis. Which is a little unfortunate. Sadly, they made the assumption that the stand was near the checkpoint, and it's actually closer to the Odyssey. Although, based on Sadaghem's warp right there, after running over there, I think that they made the same mistake. Or no, I think that they just remembered they actually hadn't bought Jaxi yet. Sadaghem, I believe, is at 1. They just bought Jaxi and then moved him and then called him from the same stand. Ganon, I believe, is at 2. Sadaghem picking up that moon that they missed earlier, and then comboing that into using Glydon to come over here to Jaxi Ruins. Actually, a really cool down throw strat that they just used to open up those chests. Kinda love it. Sadaghem at 1, 2, 3. Ganon, I think might be done with. Yeah, they just marked it. So now Ganon is out of the kingdom. Sadaghem will be running over here to their last Jaxi stand. Do want to reiterate though that both players have done a lot of the same things. So it was a bit ago, but I do believe that Ganon also did this sub-area and has done a lot of the same moves. I don't think there's been too much deviance there. Ganon going back to Cascade. We'll see if this is... It's gotta be for the shop. Oh, it could be for the shiny rocks, actually. It is for the shiny rock. So they went back for this to just now. I mean, it's a small thing, but you do actually save a little bit of time by backtracking earlier in the run in some situations, because there's a little bit less menu. Because you have to scroll backwards through Last Kingdom. Sadaghem, working on that 2 moons from Keys. This is number 1. Four moons away from leaving Sand. Ganon, moving on. Oh, actually moving on to Cap, which is another backtrack here. Basically the same thing I was saying earlier about backtracking earlier rather than later. Typically the only thing you would gain if you backtrack a bit later is there are hint arts for some of them. Namely one in Lake or Wooded that is back in Cascade, which you can do. Ooh, and it does look like Ganon is going to be doing the 2 moons from sub-areas in Cap. But they're also getting some moon shards here, so that may be a part of their route here. Sadaghem now doing a little bit of cleanup in the town that we saw Ganon opt to do at the start, I believe, and picking up that bird. So now they should be done in sand. Ganon getting one moon in cap from the shards in that other room, and then opting to leave the room so they can come to this other sub-area and get this other shard moon. Oh my. Ganon giving me a tiny bit of a heart attack, because got it really close with that poison wave there. But this does complete their 2 moons sub-areas in cap, and it is 2/3 of the shards goal. They will now be leaving cap, and now I can't be wrong. Now they will be moving on further into the game, Super Mario Odyssey. Sadaghem entering lake. Let's see, it doesn't seem like Sadaghem has anything explicitly in lane. There is a moon shards here, so they are probably doing it because they haven't gone back to cap yet. GanonSlayer also in lake. Just a little bit of any percent at the moment. Just a thing to note that I don't think that either player has really gotten any purple coin. Oh, GanonSlayer went for the lake clip. No, it's the painting clip. And ends up accidentally just clipping through the wall and missing their cap. But it does look like they're going to go back to it, try it again. Meanwhile, Sadaghem cleaning up around the shop. This angle is a little bit annoying for this clip. Gets the vault. Ground pound. Gets... Pretty sure they got the checkpoint. Pretty sure they did. Sadaghem entering this sub-area. Doing the really cool trick over here. Always love this trick. GanonSlayer actually did get the checkpoint, moving on to fighting Hatter. Really clean Hatter. Well done, Ganon. Sadaghem working on their second key moon here in Lake. Meanwhile, Ganon stuck in a little bit of a cutscene. Just a little bit. Sadaghem will be warping out of this sub-area. Wait, do they have enough moons? They might actually have enough moons. No, they need one. Okay. I thought I was losing it for a second. And they'll be cleaning up with those last music notes. Ganon, I believe, is running over here to... yeah, to the same key sub-area. And they'll also be doing the really cool trick where we just find this pipe. Skips the moon though, because he only needs one. They only need one more. Sadaghem. Now backtracking back to Cap. So it does look like both runners are doing the same route. Ganon, now with one moon from a team, because they opted to not do the one in sand. Sadaghem must not have gotten the checkpoint here in Cap. So they are going to the top of Cap in order to get that checkpoint. It's not quite necessary, but it's probably just what they're more comfortable with. Meanwhile, since Ganon has already done all these backtracks, Ganon is moving on to Wooded, where they will be spending a while as well. Wooded is going to be another situation like Sand, where both players are probably going to be in there a while. Ganon deciding to head pretty early on into Deep Woods. Sadaghem getting that Shard Moon. They are now at 2 out of 3, so if they do the other one here in Cap, then they will be free. Opting to get the second moon in this sub area. Just some Deep Woods cleanup for Ganon. Sadaghem now leaving Cap. Doesn't seem like they wanted to do the other shard sub area, so they are just going to leave here at 2 out of 3. Which is probably fine, because they opted to do the one in sand, so in reality, both players are actually the same moon shards. Now Sadaghem making their way back to Cascade. Pick up this shiny rock. Ganon now done in Deep Woods. Using some sick up throws to pick up those purples. Sadaghem having a little bit of trouble with this rock. Didn't get the quick break on it, but not that big of a deal. Although it is, honestly, it is a little bit frustrating when you actually have to break the rock. So. And they will be picking up Captain Toad now. Interesting that they saved it for this revisit. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not that much more. Sadaghem ended up getting one extra moon, I guess, right? Ganon, going for this. I don't actually know the name of this trick, but it looks cool every time I see it, and they get it. Forgot the purples and just just avoids doing this wall climb. And gets it, like, honestly really fast. And then back to the wall. Messes it up once, but doesn't let that get in their way. Sadaghem, also now in wooded. Gets the quick break here. So that puts them at 2 out of 3. And then some shiny rocks. And now they head into Deep Woods. Deep Woods doesn't offer too much here, but it does let them finish their shiny rocks. And obviously the purples and the actual Deep Woods space. Plus the moons, I guess, for the overall one. You know what? Deep Woods actually does offer, like, a lot. Just not a lot in terms of the other goals, like treasure chests or timer or... Although, if you did decide to do the timer space on this board, I would probably say you should do the one down here, but irrelevant because a lot of the spaces surrounding that timer challenge are not very good. Him also didn't get the quick break on this one on the dinosaur. I think that's really the only one you can do here, so they had to break it. Which, again, I hate having to do it, except to start to get slowly more frustrated as I realize that they want me just to throw this thing around and really just mess with it a lot. And they get this flower path skip over on GanonSlayer. Nicely done. Sadaghem is getting this timer challenge. Probably, honestly, just doing it for the moon. I'm pretty sure that Ganon also did it. Entering the tower, getting those purples. It would have really surprised me if GanonSlayer decided to get the life up heart, because I would have been thrown for a loop. Sadaghem doing some purple cleanup around the Odyssey. There's GanonSlayer. Oh! Gets the checkpoint and is going to go do Nut around the corner, and are they going to do the sub area? Sadaghem buying a moon. Are a lot of moons to get in this kingdom for both players, so that upper kind of ruined that path that GanonSlayer was going for. Both players trying to, probably realizing that they have a lot of purples to get, so dedicating some time pretty explicitly to getting purple right now. Ganon will be doing the sub area. It is a pretty fast one, so I kind of figured that they would. And if you mentally picture the route that they just took from the adder fight, it actually looks pretty cool because you do this really neat loop around where you do very little actual backtracking. It's just pretty neat to think about that. Ganon decided to do that while running, right? And it's those kinds of things that I think really make Bingo. Those kinds of situations where, oh man, I wasn't thinking about everything I have to do, so I made this mistake. Like both players kind of did in Sand, where they actually had to play catch up on the Jaxi stand. But then you have situations like what Ganon just did, where it honestly just looks so natural the way they did it. Ganon in the I almost called him Skewer, but actually this boss is called Hatter. Oh, again, opting to not get those purples in the tunnels. Ganon now done with Hatter. I'm making their way up through the kingdom. He's going to be progressing through some of the story. Opts to go in the maze, probably because it's the purple. Ganon also decided to do that. Ganon 7 moons away from being done in this kingdom. Also doing the purple cleanup around the Odyssey. Oh, and they will be finished and they are done with their purples and wooded. Tags the money. Gets the quick break. That is their last shiny rock as well. Sadaghem lingering for some moons. Ganon purchasing a moon as well. I personally like buying moons, and I appreciate that both runners have actually opted to buy moons in both of their runs. This is Ganon's second bought moon, even though there isn't like a specific goal for it on their board. I think Ganon was actually about to climb the wall, but then they just decided not to. They're gonna come over here for those shards. Yep, this is gonna be Ganon's third shards. Sadaghem at Flower Path. Will they be doing the skip? Oh. Oh, this is the Sin Town and this decides it's not worth resetting it. Ganon will be getting the shards. A fairly prudent decision, as I think that this is probably the... I guess he could do the one and loss, but... Again, making their way in the tower. Probably also coming here for the purples. I mean, I guess it's also good. Ganon now done with their shards. Sadaghem making their way to Hatter. Ganon done this trick already. having a little bit of trouble with it right now, but they end up getting it. Only 2 moons for them, and they will be out of wood. Sadaghem, now done with the Hatter fight. Ganon enters the sub area and then immediately leaves. Decided to do this one instead, I assume. Bash strats, maybe? Nope, okay, they're just gonna do this one. Sadaghem has made up a lot of ground in terms of moons in this kingdom, but Sadaghem still has a lot of purples to get before they have their 60. And Ganon will now be leaving the kingdom. Big deposit for bingo standards, honestly. Honestly, by bingo standards, this is a lot of moons to have. I wouldn't. Sadaghem will be shooting open the wall. And getting the Luigi hint art for their free 200 coins. Sadaghem. Okay, getting these purple. Ganon in the cloud fight. See how they do. Oh, you love to see it. Oh, Sadaghem actually just messed up a vault until they fell down. They're gonna have to warp back up. Not the biggest deal, honestly, but... And Ganon, now done with their cloud fight. They'll be on their way to Lost. Excuse me for a moment while I recount how many checkpoints there are in Metro. There's one at the start, there's another one that disappears. I don't think that you can get 4 checkpoints in Metro at night, so I do think that both runners are actually going to have to fight Wiggler so they can unlock a single checkpoint. Which is honestly kind of funny. But GanonSlayer did have a pretty clean meme tree. Something that I've noticed a fair amount so far in the tournament is a lot of people have really gotten better at meme tree. Sadaghem also doing the Shards Room in Wooded. Pretty sure it's possible. I thought there were only 3. Let me open up my cheat sheet real quick. Checkpoint. Metro. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there definitely are. No, there definitely are. You definitely, we will not be seeing a Wiggler. Thank you for fact checking me. Thank you. Made me realize I was wrong. That makes me like that space so much more. That's really cool. Ganon is really cleaning up on the purples here at last. Sadaghem still getting these purples. A little bit unfortunate that they didn't get quite as many as they would have liked during the other stuff that they were doing. Ganon buying their third moon of the run. Me getting an email. Sadaghem only needs 5 more purples and they'll be done here in Woody. And opts to go to Deep Woods. Meanwhile, GanonSlayer going for Wigglerless. Oh, you hate to see that. That is not a feels good, but honestly, not that bad. And this is a pressure situation because they have to get this pretty much. Otherwise, they'll have to go back to Sand to get that key moon. Meanwhile, Sadaghem looking for 2 more purples. And I think they're actually they're gonna go back to the tower. They did not get these. I was gonna say, I thought they got them. And Slayer still trying to get the twist and turn. This is proving difficult. To be honest, this trick is really hard. I can't do this trick at all. And gets it. There we go. Currently, the bingo board looks like a big 4. So I'd point that out to everybody. Not a game yet. Sadaghem entering Cloud now. Yes, GanonSlayer does just need checkpoints here in Metro. So this is actually going to look very different from what most people ever see of Night Metro. Because most of the time you see the exact same thing, pretty much. You're actually going to see speedrunners going through a little bit of intended percent. It is a little bit wild for me seeing some of these areas as I haven't seen some of these places in Odyssey in so long. I did not know you could get up here like that. What? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. GanonSlayer is done. A GG to them. Sadaghem entering Lost. The board does. The board is a 4, and the last goal is 4 checkpoints in Metro. Sadaghem did nail Meme Tree in the meantime, and is really cleaning up. They're hopefully going to be getting some purples while they do all this, but it does look like they are very much prioritizing the moons first. And we'll probably be collecting the purples a little bit afterwards. Let's get a Klepto. Oh. That sucks. That sucks. But honestly, that was a pretty good recovery. To take a death and loss like that, and then... You hate to see it. But again, I mean, honestly, they make the I don't even remember what it's called when you don't do Meme Tree, you do the cage one instead. Made that look really easy. Six more purples and the moons. And they will be out of here. Three more purples, 2 more moons. Sadaghem will be out of loss. Oh. Breaks open the cage, but does slightly miss the slidable surface on that pillar. But does end up recovering a little bit and just changing up the order. Gets the last 3. Gets their... You need 1 more purple. There you go. So, Sadaghem will now also be doing their 4 checkpoints in Metro to finish up. Meanwhile, GanonSlayer doing some Cooper free running. Third checkpoint. For a moment, I didn't know where we were. No, it's the second turn. This is the third. That's the third one. Sadaghem decides that they'll be taking the stairs. Unlike Ganon, who feels the need to jump on billboards, and that will be done for the Sadaghem. A GG to them as well. One moment while we wait for interviews. And also, while we wait real quick.
Right. Hello.
Hello there.
Hi.
So, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
I have not heard anything from Sadaghem, but if they decide to, they are also welcome to hop in here for the interview. So,
all right.
About the route?
The route was pretty interesting. I saw this pretty early on. I was trying to look for a lost finish, but I couldn't really find any, and then I noticed that I could finish in Night Metro with just 4 checkpoints, which is only like a minute extra. So I was eyeing this route from the beginning, and I just kind of worked towards it the entire time. The only real big hiccup was in Lost with TNT Warp. That trick can be really finicky under pressure, and I was just butchering that for a solid minute and a half.
And that trick is pretty difficult. I can't do it, so.
Yeah. I usually get it quicker than that, but I was under a lot of pressure today, so I kind of had to just I had to calm down. Yeah.
A lot of the rest of them was pretty clean. Yeah. I legitimately did not know that you could climb the building in Metro like that.
Oh yeah, that's a backup I learned for any percent. In case I fall down there. And it's useful in bingo because you can use it to get checkpoints fast.
Yep. Also did Lake Clip.
Yeah, Lake Clip was a little wonky as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, had a couple of fails.
I was pretty surprised that you didn't end up getting the vault there on that first one.
Basically, when you do single cap throw like that, you have to long jump into the cap, and my long jump input didn't come out. so I kind of just rolled through the wall into the water.
Hate to see it.
Yeah.
Did you say when you started seeing this route? I mean, you saw it pretty early, but when were you?
Okay, so like when I got the first moon and cascade, I was just like looking at the route, or I was looking at the card. I started really looking at the card like at the end of cap, and I got like one row, like I saw row one really, or column one, I mean really early, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely doing that. And then I looked during the first moon and cascade, and I saw I think I saw row 4 then, and then I saw column 3 after I beat Madame Brood, and I just stuck with it. Mm-hmm. So like, at that point, I didn't even have to work towards any objectives, so I had the route figured out before I even worked towards anything.
That was kind of a nice thing about the route, is that, like, for the most part, you don't have to keep that much in mind. Like, you don't have to like balance like all these multi-kingdom things, because for the most part, like, these goals, you mostly did them all like in a single kingdom, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And with this board, a lot of time was spent in sand and wooded.
Yeah, definitely.
I would think that probably, honestly, like maybe 25-ish minutes of the run is just in sand and wooded.
Yeah, I mean, 30 moons in sand. And dude, I didn't know what the definition of call Jaxie from a stand was. Mm-hmm. So I was just kind of freaking out at the end of sand for a bit as well, because I had no clue what I was doing, so I had to like ride Jaxie away from the stands.
You both, I think, took that space, and I think you both might have forgotten about it. Because you both did it, like, you both did like all 4 calls at the end of sand.
I didn't forget about it. I just didn't know what the definition of call was, so I was like really confused. Like that just meant like get on Jaxie at the stand, or if you had to literally like call him. And I just call him. Yeah, okay, I played it safe there, and I was right. Okay, good.
So like if you were to pay for Jaxie at the town, you have to get on him there, and then run him away, and then go back and call him.
Okay, yeah.
Like that's basically a good definition.
Makes sense.
Yeah, there was a talk about that because people were confused a while ago as well.
Yeah.
So you're not alone on that one. Because a lot of people are like, well, what do you mean? Like, if you pay for him, shouldn't that one just count like for that stand? And people are like, no, because you don't necessarily do it like that.
You're not necessarily calling him, so I mean, I guess not.
It was pretty clean for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a sub-hour bingo.
Not bad.
Not bad.
My PB is a 49. I probably could have gotten like a 50 if I didn't make the big mistakes that I made this run, or if I had like routed purples and moons and wooded a bit better. But it's fun.
I feel like your wooded purple route was pretty nice. There wasn't a whole lot of. I mean, like when you went from Hatter down to that whole area of wooded, the one where you get the checkpoint and then you do that stuff and you warp back up.
Yeah.
That was pretty clean. That was.
That was good.
Little to no time waste purple situation.
Yeah, the only thing that oh god, my voice. I woke up like 30 minutes before this race started, so excuse my voice. But yeah, the only thing I was a little annoyed about was that there were 7 easy purples like right next to the shard rocket ship, so I could have gotten those instead of 7 that I got elsewhere. So I was just like thinking of where I could route out some purples, but honestly the 6 that I got weren't that bad. My moon choices were a little weird though, like I went into the wrong sub area at the end because I forgot which one was the Flower Road one.
Yeah, you entered it and then you immediately spin pounded out, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's not the right one. That happened in Cap as well. Except in Cap I knew which one was the shard one. I just went in the wrong one because my brain was on autopilot when I warp up to the top at tower.
Yeah, I do remember that. I was like, well, I guess he just decided not to do this one.
Yeah, it just happened twice. Or I was just like, yeah, no, thank you.
All right, well, do you have anything else you want to say?
Not really, no.
All right, then. GG.
GG's.
Good race. And I'm going to do the outro stuff, so
all right.
Thanks for watching Bingo, everybody. Up next on this same channel, I'm pretty sure, because this is Speed Gaming 3. This is indeed Speed Gaming 3. There's going to be another bingo tourney. There is indeed going to be another bingo match at 6 p.m. Now that is between Bry Guy and Flare Fuser. Which I'm actually wrong, is going to be on Speed Gaming too.
Oh.
Yeah, not Speed Gaming 3 at all. I'm colorblind.
Wow.
These two things are clearly different colors, and yet I read it that way.
Nice.
Over on Speed Gaming, I guess not decided yet, because it doesn't have any of these colors. There's going to be the Metroid Prime randomizer tournament. And over currently on Speed Gaming 1, the Azure Dream Stars tournament's going on. But that's it for us. So thanks for watching.